Arriving in the Philippines, I carried little more than a suitcase and a plan, one that was simple but not without its risks. I wanted to find love, but this time I would not rely on the trappings of wealth or foreign privilege. Instead, I would present myself as an ordinary man, someone who lived with modest means and simple dreams. I wanted to know, would love find me, or would I find love, when all I could offer was honesty in my heart? On my first day, I wandered through the bustling streets of Manila. The city thrummed with energy. Jeepneys painted in wild colors zipped past. Vendors called out the names of their wares, and the air vibrated with laughter and conversation. My clothes were plain, my shoes a little worn, and I spoke Tagalog with a halting accent. I found a small, cheap room near Quiapo, where the scent of incense from the nearby church mixed with the aroma of street food outside my window. Every morning, I joined a tishmis into crowds at the market. I learned a rhythm of daily life, greeting the vendors with a shy smile, saving coins for a cup of taho or a handful of mangoes. I watched as families gathered, children played, and couples strolled hand in hand beneath the shade of acacia trees. I listened to stories of hardship and hope, of laughter and longing. I began to understand that here, love was not a grand gesture, but a quiet presence, woven into the fabric of everyday life. One afternoon, while sheltering from the rain beneath a sari-sari store awning, I met Maria. She was a schoolteacher, her smile warm and her eyes quick with curiosity. We talked about the weather, about her students, and about my reasons for traveling. When she asked about my work, I told her the truth, that for now, I was living simply, searching for something I couldn't quite name. She seemed amused by my awkwardness, but she did not judge me. Our friendship grew slowly, over shared meals of rice and adobo, over walks through crowded parks and quiet neighborhoods. Maria taught me how to cook sinigang, her laughter filling the kitchen as I fumbled with the sour tamarind broth. She showed me the best places to buy secondhand books and where to find the perfect cup of kapeng barako. I learned that she was supporting her younger siblings, that she woke up before dawn to prepare for work, and that she dreamed of traveling, though she had never left Luzon. Sometimes I wondered if she suspected that my story was incomplete. I had savings, but I kept them hidden, determined not to let money become the foundation of our connection. When Maria invited me to her family's home, I was nervous. Her mother greeted me with kindness, offering a plate of pancit and asking gentle questions about my life. Her brothers eyed me with suspicion, but softened when I joined them in a game of basketball on the street outside. As the weeks passed, I realized that poverty in the Philippines was not just about money. It was about resilience and community, about sharing what little you had and finding joy in the small things. I saw it in the way neighbors helped one another after a flood, in the laughter that echoed through cramped alleyways, in the pride with which Maria's family celebrated birthdays and graduations, no matter how simple the feast. I also saw the challenges, the uncertainty of work, the constant calculation of expenses, the hope that tomorrow might be easier than today. Maria never complained, but I sensed her worry when bills came due or when her younger sister fell ill. I found myself wishing I could help, but I held back, afraid that any gesture would change the nature of our relationship. One night, as we sat outside watching the fireflies, Maria asked me why I seemed so quiet. I told her the truth, that I was afraid. Afraid that if she knew I was not as poor as I appeared, she would see me differently. Afraid that love, if it came, would be tainted by the knowledge of what I could provide, rather than who I was. Maria listened, her face serious. She told me that, in her experience, love was not a transaction, nor was it a guarantee of comfort. It was a choice, a commitment to weather life's storms together, whether the roof leaked or the pantry was bare. She said she appreciated my honesty, but that she would rather face hardship with someone she trusted than accept help from someone who was a stranger at heart. That conversation changed everything. I realized that, for Maria and her family, love was rooted in trust and shared struggle, not in material wealth. I saw that the happiest moments were those spent together, laughing over a simple meal, dreaming of better days. I began to let go of my fear, and slowly, I revealed more of myself, not just the story I had crafted, but the hopes and uncertainties that lay beneath. In time, Maria and I grew closer. I helped her with her school projects. She helped me navigate the complexities of Filipino culture. I learned to appreciate the beauty of a sunset over Manila Bay, the music of karaoke spilling out of neighborhood bars, the warmth of family gatherings where everyone was welcome, no matter how little they had to contribute. Eventually, I told Maria everything. The reason for my experiment, the truth about my financial situation, the lessons I had learned. She was quiet for a long time. Then she smiled and took my hand. She said that, while she was surprised, she was grateful for my honesty, and that she loved me not for what I could give her, but for the person I had become through our shared journey. Looking back, I realized that pretending to be poor was both a test and a lesson. I discovered that love, in the Philippines, is not easily bought or sold. It is forged in kindness, in patience, in the willingness to endure together. I saw how people made do with little, but managed to fill their lives with meaning and laughter. I learned that the greatest riches are found not in money, but in the connections we build and the courage with which we face life's uncertainties. My story is not unique. Across the Philippines, millions live with modest means, but their lives are rich in love and community. I'm grateful for the experience, for the friends I made, and the lessons I learned. In the end, love found me, not because of what I had, but because of who I was willing to become. And that, I believe, is the true heart of finding love, anywhere in the world.